Okay, I've got a unboxing of a Scorpinator, which is a third party from KFC. It's a convention exclusive, and that's so there's only 500 of these in the planet, well, on the planet. This one is number 473 of 500. You can see that, yeah. And I've been held to ransom with this by my friend Tom, who was going to have this actually transformed because this is too delicate for me to touch. But he's got one himself.
It's not too delicate. It's just you're very ham-fisted with your toys.
Yeah. So you got to be careful. But this is what it looks like.
This
transformed.
is the KFC Scorpinator cassette. Obviously, I could have done a bit more with angling it and all that. That was just quickly done. As you can see, it has bits of the stickers for the cassette side on various parts of him and on the bottom. Scorpinator isn't actually one of the original G1 cassettes. He was an action master for the Action Master Devastator. He was a little scorpion that didn't transform, that clipped on his rifle, and I do not know why they did that, or any of those toys, because why would you want a transform that doesn't transform, but each to their own. So you do get a lovely little cassette case for him as well. And for any of you who've been looking online at Scorpinator, you will know there is a abundance of fan modes. People have found little dinosaur, tattoo gun, all kinds. I think there's an elephant mode I think I saw. Right, so let's watch Gaz break his new toy.
So, like I say, I'm not going to transform this, but I will be doing an opening. So, it does feel like it's
a sticker, not heart surgery, mate. Come on.
I know, but it's one of those I've been waiting a little bit.
That shiny side of the blade, that's the sharp bit.
Yeah, I know. I just couldn't cut on school. As you can tell with me.
The sticker's not the valuable part of this, guys.
It is to me, damn you. But
so that's the ham-fisted I'm talking about, just shoving your thumb in there.
Yeah. But luckily, and you can stop laughing behind the camera. I was actually showing this because I wasn't able to go to TF Nation.
Yeah, sucks to be you. It was awesome.
Okay.
For any of you that didn't get to go, I highly recommend it. This year in August was the first one. It was an absolutely amazing time, and that's where I picked up my Scorpinator.
With it obviously being convention exclusive.
You're just happy to have something with the word exclusive.
I know, I am actually. But seriously, I was sent a link for this by Mr. Dave Wright. What does he like to call himself?
On Facebook, it's Dave Toy Hunter Jester Wright, in brackets, the source of all evil.
Oh, yes. But to be fair to him, he is, and Tom's going to probably kick me for saying this, and so is he. He's probably one of the best in the business on knowledge, so it comes with this, for knowing about Transformers, and he's grew up with them all of his life. And so if you ever see him on the sales pages or forums...
And he has been in the business 20 years.
And he's been in the business 20 years. Give him a heads up, and I'm sure he'll be able to help you with buying, selling, or just general geekiness.
Knowledge. He knows all the background, and, well, like I said, 20 years in the business, in case I hadn't mentioned that.
Yeah. This feels like a dig.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
But yeah, properly going into it though, we've got
your nice instruction leaflet.
On how to transform it.
How to break it.
Yes, and in my case, how not to. So yeah. So as Tom said, it comes with the funky little case with it. So it looks like an original cassette, which I think is quite nice. Then wrapped up is it himself. So this is the form that it comes in.
I've just got to point out, I love that he's treating this like heart surgery. I opened mine in the bar at TF Nation while hammered.
Yes.
And I didn't manage to break mine, but this is how bad Gaz is with his ham-fistedness.
Tom, would you want to bring yours in so you can see the difference with it?
It's his own theme music.
It's fair though, that's
You're holding yours upside down.
I know, yeah. I just realised that. But no, I think that's a really nice one though.
I love that, obviously the G1 80s cassettes, Frenzy, Rumble, Ravage, they all had one side that had these sticker decals on to look like a cassette, and I think they've done a great job of keeping that. And, I've only recently managed to catch up with all the background knowledge from Dave mostly, and a lot of time on TF Wiki, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with that. But I mean, if I'd go back a couple of years when I didn't know much and I'd never heard a third party, I would have probably believed this was some kind of reissue of a G1, or, you know, I was quite easily fooled.
So is this the card then?
That is tech specs.
Right, so this is tech specs on Scorpinator himself.
And a collector card as well, kind of, yeah.
So obviously you wouldn't want to get rid of this for this.
I've kept the entire box and instructions, just...
Yeah, same. I'll be doing exactly the same. But the thing is, with there only being 500 on the planet, it's hard to, will be hard to even try and find spares.
Yeah, I do believe they will not be making any more. So there might be a few left available on eBay if you're lucky, but most likely it's going to be, you know, waiting until someone's willing to part with theirs, and then God knows what it'll cost. Shall we transform it?
No.
I'll do mine if you're scared.
Yeah, we'll do it with Tom. So it's going to do.
We'll risk Tom's nice shiny toy.
But we're going to do a reverse. So from here
to the cassette, and I'll do it on camera with my hands out of the way. I could be one of those jewellery salesmen, you know. Right. So to get it from the Scorpion to the cassette, not as helpful as the other way around, but Gaz is scared of his toys. So you straighten the tail and close up his pincers. So I'm trying to keep your fingers out of the way. I apologise, people, but there are lots of ball joints. Rotate the pincers round on themselves and push these two arms together in front of his face. Bring the pincers in and back on themselves. Push that together into a nice little block. Come in here. You want to literally invert. Oh, sorry. Invert the legs. Oh, no, that way. I was right the first time. Straight upwards. Now you can split the tail. Now I really wish I didn't bite my nails. So I'm going to have to use the knife because I bite my nails terribly. Just need to pop those two apart. They don't always need a tool, it's just, like I say, bite my nails. Bring them both straight outwards and down. And then that little stinger just rotates back in out of the way. Make sure all these little legs are up and out of your way. Bring these round and they will just line up along the sides. The back legs you want to bring round and they will just pop into these little grooves. They just tab in nicely. And then the front legs, just, you see you've got one side with a weird kind of looking rivet and the other side with a nice polished, the polished one should be face up when you've got it this way. So, literally drop them down and then on the back, these two flaps just push down flat and there you go.
Do you want to do it again? The opposite
No.
way?
And then obviously you just take your nice little decorative case and job done.
But I would like to say, if the reason why I'm not transforming one is just yet is you'd highly recommend.
Yeah, the legs. When I got mine out of the pack at TFN, like I say, I was pretty well intoxicated. Dave said to me straight away, so those ball joints are stiff. Let's show you on Gaz's. These ones that make on the legs. You'll notice when you see one up very close, I don't think the camera's got the quality to pick it up, but they are extremely small, and where the rivets for the final piece of the leg join, they're extremely thin, so they are easy to snap. I've not known anyone to snap one yet because people are generally more careful than Gaz and not as drunk as I was when they're playing with this, but Dave advised me to literally wiggle each of these legs. Let's pop one of them up and see yours are extremely stiff. Just to literally wiggle it back and forth, give a bit of rotation. I did that to each leg for about 3-4 minutes while I was sitting there getting hammered. And after that, I've not had any problems. They're all nice and free now. I don't kind of feel like I'm putting an exert amount of pressure on them. So for anyone who gets a Scorpinator and feels that the legs are extremely stiff and you're worrying that you're pressing so hard to move them that they'll break, just give it the wiggle. Yeah.
Okay, so.
Say again?
Okay, so.
If you're offering, yeah, I'll take a spicy chicken. Yes, these are obviously, as Gaz said, they are from the KFC, which I think is Keith's Fantastic Collectibles.
Fancy, isn't it?
Fantasy Collectibles. Sorry, Keith.
Or club, whichever one.
But
Not to be confused with a high-chained
chicken
food.
chicken brand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot of people will be familiar with the other third-party cassettes KFC have produced. I personally am waiting for my Bad Bat to arrive tomorrow morning. Which, unfortunately, I'm not sure why, but Bad Bat doesn't have this kind of decal on. It's very blank, so I'm going to have to get some nice repro labels. Again, if you need stickers, reprolabels.com. Right, I think that's everything on Scorpinator, and I'm going to turn the camera off now so Gaz can break his. I hope that helps anyone getting one.
Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.